Okay, so we have our three, how far did we get with our three contour maps?
I think we only finished up with 8.1.
Okay. So, yeah, I don't even remember assigning past that. So we'll do 8.2 and 8.3, same way, right? So, want to take a look at those. They just get a little more complicated each time, but not by a lot, but in fact, you know, they're still just using what you call it, whole numbers, right? Integers or whatever. So yeah, problem 8.2 and 8.3. Let's look at 8.2. Should be fun. Turn on the share the screen. Oh, it's on the server, right? So if you open it up from the server, make sure you save it right away to your own location. Yeah, so here's problem 8.2, and I'll go right to save as. Yeah, I don't care to show proxy graphics because it just doesn't matter. That. Okay, let's save as.
8.2?
Yeah. Oh, this didn't turn on? Those backpacks can be dangerous. All right, so here's problem 8.2, I guess. Ooh, jump ship. Okay.
Oh, okay.
All right. We'll just do the same. Oh, you know, that was a lot of work adding all those layers. So remember how to like copy the layers. Oh. I'd put it on a jump drive or your H drive, right? H drive is preferable because it gets backed up every night. I don't know that you do that with your jump drives. Or a Google Drive or something. It's probably even safer. Okay. So instead of going through and making all those same layers that we did before, that worked out pretty well, I think. So Control 2 gets you the design center, right? Design center. And that way I can just pull in the attribute or the items from say what? Oh, well, that could work too, but not a great idea. All right, so I'm going to go to problem 8.1 where I had made those layers before. Where is it? Is it alphabetized? Is this it? Let's look at its layers. That was see that? Oh, another way to see that is here's my problem 8-1 that I did, and it's in my drawings. It's called problem 8-1. Why am I not seeing it? Oh, there it is. Okay. Okay, so I had the construction layer and index, intermediate, labels, supplementary. Those are the other ones. So I'm just going to drag those into my drawing. Close it. So now I have those layers. Those came with the drawing, but the ones that we added were index, intermediate for the contour lines, and label layer and supplementary, but we never used that one, so that's not a big deal. And then the construction layer, yeah, let's unhide that. Yep. To yesterday's drawing, or I mean Monday's drawing, right? And then just, yeah, drag the layers that you want into. I think that's a slightly faster way than creating them again. Okay, so at this point we can start p-type, right? And I'm going to go with 40 as far as the size in absolute units, and just put a point down, see what it looks like. Yeah, I think that's small enough. It doesn't matter. As long as you can see it on your screen, you're good to go.
5 is too small. 40?
Yeah, and I didn't want to use percent because I'm going to be zooming a lot, and that redraws the points all the time, and it really screws me up because sometimes they get real big and then it doesn't refresh or whatever.
40.
Yeah, so that's probably a little small, but probably fine, I guess. Okay. So in looking at the
Did you right click it and then add later?
no, here, watch. So I go here and I look at the layers, and then I just select them. Just click and control click every other one. So, select that one, hold the control key, there, and there. And then just drag it into your screen.
Oh.
Yeah.
Copy it to your drawing.
Yeah, yeah. That's good file management practice, huh?
Yeah.
Good. All right. This looks like this is on the thin black phantom layer. I guess that's either a ridge or a stream, right? How can you tell which one it is? Yeah. It's not, one's phantom, yeah. Well, if you look at the elevations though, this is the lowest elevation that you see, right? So that's got to be, and then if I look at it goes from 260, 300, 370, 420, and then the elevations on each side of it, like these have to be ridges, right? Because they're at the higher elevations, yeah? Okay, so I'm thinking, okay, this guy's got to be a stream. So I don't want to cross the stream and I don't want to cross the ridges, basically. Like I wouldn't want to draw a construction line, from the 420 to the 380, crossing the 480 ridge, So I'm just going to follow the stream. That's really crappy. And then this is kind of bad too. It kind of cuts across that stream. It'd be nice to interpolate across that. But anyway, we're just going to go with it. Just kind of brute force straight across. That's all you get. Go on the outside. Up to the top of the ridge. Down to, this must be a stream also. This from 380 down to 300. And I got some outside stuff over here. I don't want to go 380 to 370 primarily because they're so close in elevation, and it's crossing a ridge also, because that ridge I would expect to go all the way to, you know, the river. So one more 260. Yeah, that's kind of following along that stream, huh? So that's okay. Yeah. And yeah, the 370 down here to the 480 up the ridge, right? I'll need that one. And from, yeah, and then down from the 370 to the 440 and the 440 to the 300. So there's a good amount of control there. Yeah, it'd be nice to have something, another point along that ridge, I guess would be nice, but I don't have it, so that's it.
These are, you said they were surveying?
Yeah,
Okay.
so to build the contours from those elevation spot, you know, the more the merrier, but we don't have that many.
So for a surveying class, are we going to do something similar to this?
We'll do a topo survey, right, where you just gather elevations all over.
Okay.
In fact, we have the grounds crew needs some work done. Maybe we'll educational experience. That's what they're paying us. Okay, good. So far so good. Any I would just check, go around the perimeter. That's nice, and then, you know, point to point, not crossing. So here's this one, the 370 to 300. That is kind of crossing that. I mean, it would be nice to follow the stream better, and actually you could. You could draw a spline along there and then just divide it, and that would be taking some liberty there, I guess, but we'll just go with it like we see it. And basically our little valleys, the contours aren't going to be shaped just right according to the streams, but we could maybe reshape them a little bit after we get them in. So let's see how it goes. So now we use the divide command to, you know, chop it up. So this leads us to reading the problem, and it says 20-foot contour intervals, right? So, well, yeah, I wish. And it may work sometimes, like when I have an even number here, right? So I go 420 to 440. Well, there's nothing in between that. There's only 430. And so that's not a fact, that's not a multiple of the 20. But let's check out the 260 to 300, right? I would expect to see 280 in there, and that's it. So yeah, I would take the difference and divide it by 20, I guess. So 300 minus 260, that's a 40, divided by 20 is 2. So I would divide this one by 2. So let's try it. Bless you. So there it goes, right in the middle, as I would have expected. Let's try a few more. What about this guy right here? 260 to 440, that's 180. So that's 9. That's a nice steep grade there. Okay, what about this one? Can you divide something into like portions, like 2.5 times, whatever? Because it's 260 to 370. That's 11. That's 110 feet difference divided by 20 is what, 5.5? Is it going to let you do 5.5? No, right? So I would just have to divide it by 11 and delete every other one. So that'll work, right? I mean, that does work. So I'll just take it by 11. And that allows me not to have to worry about the math so much. So this 270, the 290, the 310, the 330, 350, and then the 370, right? So there's 280, 300, 320, 40, 60. Is that all right? Yeah, the odd ones, right? The not multiples of 20. I mean, they're not really odd, but they're, you know, so anytime I see an odd one, I'm going to have to do that. And it's almost easier, right? 300 to 370. That's just 7 equal parts, right? And then the 310 would be the next one, and then the 330, and then the 50 I would take out. All right, looking good. Like this one, the 370 to 440.
Yeah.
So that's a difference of 70, right?
Oh,
So I divide it into 7 parts and take out the odds, right? Well, 370 is odd, so the next one's 380. Then I take out the 390, leave the 400, 410, leave the 420, take out the 430. There.
okay.
So just count your way across it, and it should work out okay. I think I got them all. Nothing between the 370 and 380, and then the 420 to 440 doesn't have any either. So that's it. Oh yeah, there we go. Oh, thanks. Didn't see it. Well, I saw. I mean, so what's that? 140.
Yeah.
So that's 7. There we go. Good. Now we can draw our what do you call it? It's contour lines.
On the 370 to 480, it's the line down by 6.
The which one?
The 370 to 480.
Okay, that one. Yeah, so that's a 11. That's 110 feet. So I divide it into 11 and then just took out every other one. So I just counted up. So this first one's 380. I don't want to get rid of that one. So I took out the 390 and the 410 and then the 430 and then the 450 and the 470.
So you divided it by 11?
Yeah. Because there's 110 feet, right? Yeah, that's it.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. So I'll just put all my splines on the intermediate. Start at the low elevation, I guess. That's, I think, easiest. Snap. So there's 280. 300. 320. 320 is going to look a little weird because it goes all around. It goes up from there all the way around this thing. $340.
There's three in between 280 and 300.
Between which
Yeah,
one?
Okay. Looking at 380 to 380. Oh, got it.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Uh-huh. Exactly.
The 370, the 420, that's 50.
3.
The 370,
Oh, yeah, I didn't divide that one up. How did I miss that one? Okay. So, yeah, that's 150 feet. So that'd be 15. And then I'll keep the 380, take out the 390, and every other one after that, basically. Counting them is good because, you know, you get 390, 410, 430, 450, 470, 490, what, 370, 390, 410, 430, 50,
the difference is
50, not okay, I got you. I don't know how I. Yeah, oh yeah, I thought it was 150, so I put in 15. So yeah, fine, right? There we go. And then there's 390, and then there's 410. Okay. So there's 380 and 400, and then 410. Whew. Okay, good. That was confusing. So 360 is gonna have some good bend on it, so I might have to adjust the tangents a bit. So there's 360, 360, and 360. It's actually looking okay. Yeah, you know, 380 here. So that actually is higher than this. There is a 380 here. So because this is going up, and 380 and 380 and then 380 and then nothing.
Are you connecting the same elevation?
Yep. So this one's crossing, so I might have to adjust that, but I'm going to finish them off first, and then one way to do that is just add a control point just to, you know, to keep them from crossing, because it's, I don't think there's a cliff there, like an overhang, right? But
Spleens, different layer now. Intermediate,
yeah, splines.
fine.
Spleens is in the biology class, anatomy and physiology.
Okay, yeah. The supplement one?
I used intermediate. Supplementary ones, there aren't any here, but just to put it in there for fun. Keep your, so we can talk about it. So this is the 400, I think. There's 400 here, 400 there, and that's it. Oh wait, did I get that? Oh, I might have miscounted on this one, because that should have been 420. Let's see, 280, 300, 320, 40, 60, 80, 400, 420. That is 420. I miscounted somewhere. $300 of that should have been 12 and 6. 20, 40, 60, 80, 410, 420, 80, 300, 320, 40, 60, 80, 400, 420. Let's back that up. 300, 320, 40, 60, 80. I think I skipped one in there somewhere. Oh, I did. That's right here. Let's edit that tangent a little bit. Yeah, I just skipped a point. I didn't get the point. Okay, so that should be 80, 320, 40, 60, 80. So 380, 380, 380, 380, 380. Okay, I think I got it. 400, 400, 400, 400, looking good. 400, 400, 420. To this point, and that's all I get. Oh, and that's not all I get. So I hover over here, add fit point, come back over here to 420, and then add another point. I thought it was going off the map, but it does curve around, so that's important. So 440. There's no, that's the end of that, but then there's another 440. It would come back around the map, but I don't have enough information, so I'll just start at the 440, 440, 440, 460, 460, 460, and that's it. That's it. So the only one that's really kind of wonky here is that little guy there. So I'm going to add a fit point, and I'll just stick it in the middle here so it doesn't cross over. Could even do this one, I guess. Add another fit point to kind of skew it in there a little bit. Just to stretch it, just to change its direction a little bit. That was fun.
370 to 380, yeah.
There's nothing,
Nothing else.
right? Because the next contour is at that 380 and that's it. There's no, yeah.
Why do you need it?
So yeah, to add a fit point, keep in mind the direction it's going, because like this one, yeah, I started over here and it'll tell you, right? It has the little arrow on the side that you started. So if I wanted to point in between here and here, I would go here and just hover over it, add fit point. I don't need one there, but yeah.
Where you place it? Place it in there, or-
I just wanted to get those to not cross, so I added a point here and just kind of finagled it. Finagle's a real word, actually. There. Obtain something by a devious or dishonest means. So I finagled that spline because I don't have a point there, right? It's not really an honest point. So that was actually a correct usage of the word. That's not an honest point, but it works. Cool. So as far as labeling, oh yeah, let's pick out the index ones, right? After we're done, you pick out the index ones, figure out your scale, and start labeling it and put it on your border and stuff, right? Or did we do a border? I think we just did. No, we didn't do. It already has a border, so we just went with that. So what are our index elevations?
The last one was 50, right?
Yeah, and we got 50. How did we get 50? On a 10-foot contour, we have them every 50, right? On a 20-foot contour line interval, what would you expect? 100. 5 times 20, right? So every multiple of 100, which is easier actually because it's just, 200, 300, 400. That's about all we have here. So yeah, I don't have a 200, so I do have a 300. So there's that line. And then there's a 400 in here somewhere, right? So that would be that one. And that's about it. Yeah, that's it. So I'll move those to the index layer and label those two. Well, without figuring out the scale, let's freeze our construction layer. It's looking really good that way. So without figuring out the scale, I did figure my points were 40 units. And I think that's pretty good. So I'm going to knock all the text down to 40 as far as its height goes. Control 1, text height. It's 108. I'm going to knock it down to 40. Oops. Could use the quick select there, huh? That's pretty cool. That looks better. Those those labels were way out of control. Okay. put on my label. I'll label this guy right here.
We'll see your property.
So what? Yeah, I went to the properties panel and just selected them all, went to the properties and changed all their text heights to 40. I'll do that here as well. I don't know, AutoCAD acts real weird when you do that. It goes super big, and then, I don't know, it tries to do an annotative on you, and then I don't know what it's thinking. All right, so I'm going to put a background mask on it. This background drawing color.
Keyboard says 370.
There's two 370s, one on the very left and one kind of in the middle.
Yeah, the one that's right in the middle,
Yeah.
right over that is 380. No?
Yeah.
I thought that. Oh, it looks different.
Yeah, make sure you're, I made a mistake earlier by skipping a point. So make sure you're, especially when there's a lot of them, it's easy to miscount them. So just go through and count them, to make sure you're on it. Okay, as far as printing goes, we got to figure out a good scale. So let's see what we get. Pretty sure it's going to be pretty close to the same, right? Because if 40, as far as text height goes, is a good text height, then there you go. So let's see. I'm gonna go to ANSI full bleed again. I think landscape. Why does that go to portrait? I think 11 by 8.5, and it's still.
Is it the equivalent?
I'll just have to pick landscape. It doesn't matter, actually. I guess whatever you do, it doesn't matter. Nothing. Okay, so I click fit to paper and uncheck it, and then I go 305, right? Well, if I go 300, oh yeah, we did 360 last time, and it looked pretty good. So maybe this is the same scale. Yeah. So at 1 to 360, why did I pick 360? Yeah, there you go. So there we are. So at least at that scale, 1 inch would be 30 feet, right? So there's a good scale there. I'll save that. Okay. So if I don't really have a 1 to 360 here for my annotative drawing and stuff. And I do want annotative, so I'm going to create a new one. We didn't do this last time because we just picked a good number and we did that, but here's another way, right? So got to do something different. So I'll make a custom scale here. And it'll just be 1 to 360. So I could, what am I going to name it? Something that I know is How about that? Just use the 1 inch is 30 feet. And now it'll be in my list. So now when I add text, such as a title, like problem piece 802 or something like that. Or just 8.2. That looks better. And I'll put it at 1/4 inch for title type of text. You gotta highlight it. Oh, is that text style not annotative? That's crazy. Style text. Oh yeah. Okay. So let's look at our styles here. There's text. Let's just make it annotated. Oh, but then all the other ones are gonna get scaled badly, right? So I'm gonna have to make a new style. What am I gonna call it? ANSI?
Cool.
Cool ANSI text. Okay. Yes. And I don't like the Arial all that much. So probably a nice, what did we have that was cool? Well, I don't want it too different anyway, so I'll just keep ANSI or Arial, I guess. And just make it annotated. Yeah, that's fine too. All right, so now I have then I can change its style to my ANSI. And it doesn't change. And I think even if I regen, it probably won't, but let's see. Nope. But if you click down here under add scales to annotative objects, when the annotative scale changes, it's off right now. So if I turn it on, then it still doesn't change. But I think that now if I regen, it doesn't. Oh, I got to change the annotative scale. Okay, here's one way to do it. I'm going to change my annotative scale to 1:1 again. And then I change it back and it should go. Fine. Just have to blunt force. Just right click and annotative object scale, add current scale. Oh, it resized it for you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay, there we go. So now I put it back to yeah, all by myself. Where's the 360, right? That's our print scale. So yeah. All right, let's see. Edit. Drawing units 360, right? So it's 1 to 360, same as our print scale.
Okay.
Yeah.
How did you get the red text on the next, from the one, like 300 to 400? How did you get it in the break from?
So when you're editing, you can right click and go to background mask. Good. Okay. Okay, so where's that north arrow again? That was under, where's that? View, oh. And tool palettes, thank you. And civil. Not civil. Yeah. I have to scale that. Explode it. Don't need all this stuff. Okay. Nope. Just make it annotative, right? So what we did, right, is under the annotative, we went to our text style. I made a new text style that was annotative. Everything else is on this text style called text. I mean, there's a bunch of them in here for some reason, right? This is a file that the book made. Anyway, it's not annotated. But if I make it annotative, then all these other pieces of text in here, all these labels that I changed or whatever, they're going to get blown out because they're going to get multiplied by 360 times. And that's not what I want. So I made a new style. And that is annotative. And so when I type it in, I put the title at 0.25 and then I put this at 0.125 probably, I think. No, that's at 0.2. I should have changed that. 0.125 for 1/8 inch text there. Thank you. There we go. Glad you asked. Just type in style. Or you can go to the annotated ribbon and click on that little arrow down there, but that's a lot more work than typing in style, really, from near as I can tell. Yeah. So any new text you put on there, although I did copy the index contour labels, I just copied one of the other ones and no, I didn't. I drew that on the text layer also because I already knew the 40 text height. But then on all of my other annotation, like my name and date and the scale and title and stuff, I'm going with my own text style that's annotative because I changed the annotative style. And so we have two different things going on, unannotative text and annotative text in the same drawing. We are really expanding our skill set here.
Yeah, all the numbers change on the side in Excel.
Should, yeah. And so the other thing we had to do is turn on add scales to annotative objects when the scale changes. So that helped. But that still didn't do my title, so I had to manually do the title by selecting it, right-clicking, and then go to annotative object scale and add the current scale. And that scaled it correctly by just right-clicking on whatever isn't working. That should take care of most of it, really.